We hear, he saw and believed. He saw and he believed. O God, who on this day have conquered death and unlocked for us the path to eternity, grant us the grace to see and to believe. Give us hope, O God. Give us peace, O God. Give us joy. My heart, this day, what so resonates are these words. God is good. God is good. God is good. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. We need this. We need this day. I need Jesus. I need him risen. I need a conqueror. I need a God who is triumphant. Because one day, every single one of us will face the grave. Do we believe? Do we have hope? It would be radically optimistic to say, death, my death, the dying of my loved ones, it won't be hard. That would be radically optimistic to say. That's, in a way, the whisper from the world. On one hand, this optimism, which sounds attractive, but how empty. When it comes to the cruel reality of death, which every single one of us here will face. The whisper of the world, it won't be hard. So don't think about it. But that, my friends, is not Christian. It's foolishness. On the other hand, the world has another whisper, this utter pessimism. Sometimes that can be attractive to us, to be utterly pessimistic. Be afraid, despair, fear the grave. It's the worst evil, the end of the world, the end of all. And again, this is not Christian. The whisper of the world, this foolishness to despair. How about for the Christian? For the Christian, we face everything, even death itself, the most cruel thing that we face. Even death itself. For the Christian, we go face to face with death, not in pessimism, not in despair, but with hope. With hope. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. God is good. God is good. God is good. Jesus, I trust in you. Peter says, we heard, you know what has happened, and we know it. It's been seen. The tomb is empty. Do we now hope? Do we live different? Not with optimism, not with pessimism, but with hope. Because life is not something to be optimistic about. You know, I'm rather young, but I've come to learn life is not something to be optimistic about. How hard and cruel this world can be. We know it's foolish to be optimistic in this world. Death is cruel. Yet at the same time, for us, for Christians, death is not something that we face with pessimism, because God is good. He has faced death himself, giving us the way, showing us the way. I recently heard of a story of a man named Mark from Virginia, Minnesota. Really a next-door neighbor. And this man, he was a strong man. He was young, married, daughter, son. And one day, everything changed. Came crashing down. Sort of dreams, optimism of his life on earth, with his family, his friends. Mark was diagnosed with ALS. If we've ever seen ALS, if we've ever known somebody to have that, it's truly awful. It is so awful. And Mark, he wasn't optimistic. And actually, he was pessimistic. He actually wanted to end his life. Just finish it, get it done with. That's the whisperings of the world. But then, by the grace of God, a hope was born. This man, faith, was born within him and came alive. He chose to seek our God. He found the church. He wasn't a member or part of it, but he kept seeking, kept knocking, kept looking, and he actually was received into the church. He became Catholic. And not only him, but his whole family, seeing this husband, their father, who has this ALS, completely changed now for a second time. I believe he lived 54 days as a Catholic. It was a short time, but filled with hope. And his dying words with his family there, kneeling at his bedside, it's less than a couple months ago. I think today, actually, exactly 2 months ago, right there in Virginia. On his lips, saying, God is good. Hardly able to speak. God is good. God is good. My friends, God is good. He has destroyed death by death itself. By rising, he has given us hope. And so this day and every day of my life, I know for me, until my dying breath, these are the words I want to have coming forth from my mouth. God, you are good. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Because by your cross and resurrection, you have set me free.